Okay, y'all. So on this season of why we should not judge a book by its cover, let me just tell y'all, I'm eating cassava chips. They so crunchy. Ooh. Anyway, I went to the grocery store and there was a young lady in front of me and she had a lot of stuff. But they were almost finished scanning her stuff and there was another lady behind her. I think no, it was like two girls behind her. And then I got on that line. I said, okay, it looks like it's moving fast. I'll get on this line. So I got on the line and the young girl was having trouble scanning her card. And she says to the cashier, she don't understand because they supposed to have given her $600. So she probably had an EBT card. I don't know. Anyway, she says to them, she's going to the car, she'll be back. She's going to get the money or make a call. I don't know, something she's going to do. So while I was standing there waiting for her, and people in front of me proceed to get into a conversation with the cashier, and they're talking about the girl. And I'm just sitting there saying to myself, like, y'all do know that a lot of times, just because people are poor now, they weren't always poor. Just because people have to get on public assistance now, there was probably a time in their life where they didn't need it. They probably had a job, had money. Just because you see her with a name brand bag and coat and, stuff like that, that could have been when she had a job. That could have been gifts to her. We don't know because we don't know her. So we should not judge her. People, just because they're poor now, one thing people have to understand is just because a person is poor now, they weren't always poor. And a lot of things you see people with, sometimes they're gifts. Sometimes it's not even theirs. They borrowed it from a friend or a sister or whatever. Like, we don't know people. We don't know enough about them to judge them. And I was a little turned off by that, and I wanted to say something, but I figured I'd just mind my business because, the times we living in, I didn't want no trouble. But I'm thinking to myself, they do know that, we don't know anything about her. Just because she has an EBT card, just because she, has that nice coat and that bag, that doesn't mean that she's, like frauding the system or whatever like that. And I was just a little turned off by that. And I just feel like people, sometimes you have to mind your business. Sometimes you can't judge people by what you see that they have. Because sometimes, you'll think someone has a nice car, they borrowed the car. Sometimes you see people with a lot of money in their pocket, they just got paid and don't even got no money in the bank. So you can't, judge a person based off what you see, especially when you don't really know a person. Like, I just don't understand that about people. But that's just my 2 cents. Peace, love, and life.